So, okay, you went to China by yourself. You're 30. Did you know anyone or did you just go?
No, I didn't know anyone. Just I found a job here, and um, the conditions they just provided to me. I thought I decided that it was okay, everything. I mean, and I accepted the offer. So, and I came here, but I didn't know anyone here. So I I live alone, and I feel okay. It's not scary.
Do you think it matter? Okay, back where you're from in Kazakhstan, where are you from there?
In Kazakhstan.
Not that I'm going to know. I'm just curious the name of it because I'll look it up afterwards.
Okay, so the city I live in is called Pavlodar.
Say it again.
Pavlodar. Pavlodar.
Pavlodar. Okay.
Yep.
And how big of a place is it? How many people live there?
Oh, um, so I'm like maybe if I'm not mistaken, because I don't remember the numbers, but approximately like maybe
Is it a
300.
big city, small town? What's it like?
Uh, so the population is like 300,000 people. So it's not so big. Yeah.
Okay, but it's not so small either. Something in the middle.
Mhm.
Um, okay, and when you were living back there, were you living with other people? Were you living on your own too? What were you doing there?
Oh, no, there I lived with my mm, parents.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
but
this the first time you lived on your own?
the first time when I lived on my own, it was in St. Petersburg in Russia.
Okay. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is not the first time you've lived alone, being where
Yes,
you
here. Yeah, but in Russia, we speak the same language. I mean, we speak Russian, and we have like um, more or less the same culture, and you can just communicate easily, and it's just another experience. And in China, when you cannot speak Chinese, when you don't understand the culture and the mentality of people around you, you're like outsider, you know?
Yeah, talk to me about that. What is it like being an outsider in a country that's in lockdown?
Oh, so I heard that um, today some Chinese people they just are very suspicious about foreigners. You know, like they don't like them because of the coronavirus. They think that the foreigners that come to China they bring the coronavirus again to the country and all this stuff. But actually, living in Hangzhou, I didn't experience this attitude towards me. I mean, maybe these cases exist, but I cannot say that here people in China just treat me um, in an how to say um, in a bad way. So everything's okay with me. So, but yeah, it's difficult because you you don't understand. For example, when the quarantine started, uh, for the first time they checked your temperature and they just ask you to write some personal information and all this stuff, you know. But I didn't understand what they wanted from me because I don't speak Chinese, and they was like, "What? Like Tim Budong? I don't understand." So, and it was pretty difficult. Then they just started using the QR codes instead of all these papers, the QR codes, and I didn't know how to get this QR code. I couldn't ask anybody because again they don't understand me because they don't speak English. So it was difficult. In this situation, you have to communicate with people because they ask you, they check your temperature, they ask you to show your QR code, and so on and so forth. So you have to communicate with people, but you don't understand. And it was pretty difficult because, it's sometimes it's even with gestures, it's difficult to explain what you want. But yeah, I think that every difficult situation actually is okay. We can grow and we can learn and just take it easy. Because, in China, I understood one, I don't know, philosophical point, just take it easy. It's China. Take it easy. It's okay. Don't stress out too much. It's China. We are different, and that's all.
What does that mean? I've never heard that like before. I would never expect that that's what the culture is like there.
No, actually, many people say that China is just something like just another planet. No, actually, China is China. China is has its government and so on, like any country in the world. But the culture, we are different in this way because, how to explain? We are more direct. If I want, for example, to invite you somewhere, I will say, "Oh, let's go to the park or to the cafe or whatever, whenever." So and it will mean exactly what I mean, just to go out to some place. And in China, they are more indirect. I mean, they just don't want to offend you, and they may invite you, but it doesn't mean that they invite you, for example. Just an example, yeah? And you don't understand whether they invited you for real or it's just not to offend you. Or it's like, it's difficult. And also, as for their mentality, they also there's an expression like Chinese people, they don't want to lose their faces. If they are mistaken or whatever, they don't want to accept it because they don't want to lose their face in front of you, and they will just continue with their point of view even if they understand that it's not correct or whatever, and you will be guilty in the end. So it's just peculiarities of their culture and mentality, and the only thing you can do if you are in China is just to accept it and just okay, they have their own culture and mentality. I'm okay with that, whatever.
I mean, I mean, like you said about the coronavirus, either you accept it or you're frustrated the whole time, right? And that's not enjoyable. Okay, I mean, I'm like you said in the beginning of this, you never expected that you were going to go there and have your experience be that you were going to be in quarantine basically the entire time that you were there.
Yeah.
Are you happy that you're there, or would you prefer to be back home right now? Where do you
Oh
think you
no,
feel better?
I'm happy. I'm happy because I think I live best the best experience in my life. Because if I weren't in this situation, I wouldn't understand that I'm a strong person, that I can survive in any situation, even if I don't know the language. And actually, China gave me some, precious ideas and precious thoughts I mean, about my future, about what I really want, about the fact that maybe I want to have my own business, and the ideas of how um, to create it. So I had so much time to think, not in a, how to say, um, in a constructive way. Yep. Not about some negative things, but about some positive things that are waiting for me in the future, because um, everything will go back to normal. It's just inevitable. We just need to wait. That's why I'm happy.
I mean, what you said is so beautiful, and I'm happy for you. I mean, how cool to like get a lesson where you get to learn how strong you are and that you can trust yourself and depend on yourself and love yourself and you know you got this. I mean,